All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Ha, Rakat Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, which rule Great Millstone. Wow, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom, wa abababal. So this is evidence of the so-called white man, the red devil, being the wicked of the earth. Okay, you have here Biden. It says Biden coming down the airplane stairs with a boy dressed in girl's romper. Alright, so that man on the left-hand side dressed like a woman. Alright, and then you got Biden, the president of the United States of America. Okay, which under Biden, they have passed a lot of homosexual laws to promote homosexuality, which is an abomination. Leviticus 20 verse 13, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. So that thing next to Biden is an abomination, but it shows you that the wicked are ruling. Okay, it says they shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Okay, now let's go to Deuteronomy. It says in verse 22, Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto Yahweh thy power. So it shows you. This makes me think of another scripture about America. Revelation 17. It says in verse 3, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast. So John the Revelator was having a vision, and he saw what it was a beautiful woman sitting upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The 7 heads are the European nations, and then the European Union, and then the horns are the kings of the European Union. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold, which America is a very rich country, and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. The Israelites are the saints, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery under the so-called white man, the red devil. All right, and the Lord is only dealing with his elect, the ones that are sanctified. And we are sanctified through his word. It says, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration, because the vision showed a beautiful woman. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, which America is going to go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, because it was of the Roman Empire. It says, and here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, 7 governments, on which the woman sitteth, which you had Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Britain, Germania Major, Germania Minor. And there are 7 kings, which are the kings of the European Union. 5 are fallen, which all these kingdoms have their time of reigning. And 1 is, and the other is not yet come. In which you had the Greeks, the Romans, and then after them you had reincarnations of the Roman Empire. That's what Spain was. That's what France was. That's what Britain was. They were trying to recreate Rome. That's what America is, a reincarnation of Rome. That's what they're trying to do with a new world order. They're trying to make the world a reincarnated Roman Empire, full of paganism. All right? It says, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space, which from the Renaissance to the destruction of America was a short time. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, which is America. Because when Apostle John was given this vision, America wasn't on the earth yet. And is of the 7 and goeth into perdition. So it is of all those prior countries that were reincarnations of Rome. You had Greece, Rome, and you had Spain, France, Britain, reincarnations of Rome. Germania Major, Germania Minor, reincarnations of Rome. And then you had America, another reincarnation of Rome. But now this one, America, goes into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So they're all going to agree to the New World Order. These shall make war with the Lamb, because they have NATO, and the Lamb shall overcome them, which is Yahushai. He's going to destroy them and take their kingdom. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called, chosen, and faithful, which are the Israelites. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, which America is a whore. At one time it was a beautiful place, and now it's full of sores and petrifying wounds. It says, our peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So it's a melting pot of heathen. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which is European Union, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So their allies, the European Union, is going to use their military might, NATO, to shoot nuclear missiles on America. For Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai had put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai shall be fulfilled. So that's a prophecy that the allies of America are going to destroy America with nuclear missiles after they make it mandatory worldwide that all buying and selling has to be done with that device, the MOTB, the implantable micro CHIP, which is the size of a grain of rice, They're going to make it mandatory that you have to have it to buy and sell, which is an abomination. Going back to my point, in Deuteronomy 18, verse, let's see, let me see here. Yeah, it was in 18. Deuteronomy 18:9. When thou art come into the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. So the heathen commit abominations, and we're not to learn the way of the heathen. The implantable microchip, which they're going to make mandatory, is an abomination, and you should not do it. They're going to make it mandatory because they are the so-called white man is the wicked, and he is red. As you can see, Biden, he has a white collared shirt on, and his skin does not blend in with white. It actually is red. The so-called white man is red, and he is a homosexual from birth. He is an abomination, which Yahweh clearly says in Malachi chapter 1 and in Romans 9, but elsewhere also, Obadiah and Revelations and the Psalms, all right, that the Lord hates the so-called white man, the red devil the Bible speaks of. He is an abomination. He is the wicked, and he has corrupted the whole world. And that's why his judgment is the lake of fire. Now, any Israelite that is involved with this devil, agreeing with this devil, worshiping this devil, the so-called white man, in his image, the system, the wicked system that he set up, to the point where you would take that device, the small microchip, the size of a grain of rice, which they're going to make mandatory for buying and selling, all right, you will perish with him, which will be the lake of fire. America is going to be turned into a lake of fire by nuclear missiles by the allies of America, including Russia. Russia has prophesied to shoot nuclear missiles on America. And I've seen this by the elders in Texas. I believe they're in Dallas, Great Millstone of Dallas. All right, they were bringing this information out about how foreign countries own a lot of U.S. bank bonds. And that's what you just had fail in the Silicon Valley Bank. All right, and this is really going to cause these other nations that hate America, because America is pretty much robbing everyone, including these other nations, not just the citizens of America, but these other nations. As you can see, it says top foreign owners of U.S. national debt, right? Japan, it says they own 14.88% of the U.S. debt. China, United Kingdom, Belgium, Luxembourg. All right. Those are just the 5, which right away, United Kingdom, Belgium, and Luxembourg are part of the beast. All right. UK is one head, and then Belgium and Luxembourg is the head of Germania Minor. All right. So the so-called white man, the devil the Bible speaks of, they're going to have a war between each other, and they're going to destroy America with that great sword that was given to them. Revelation 6. It says in verse 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, which is the nuclear missile, and that nuclear missile is going to destroy and end the so-called white man's reign, the wicked, which that's why the prophets are here, all right? The prophets are here because we're at the end of this age. 2 Ezra 15, verse 1, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So now we have the book, we had the script before, now we have the book and the Bible app on the phone. Fear not, the fulfilling Daniel 12, that knowledge shall increase. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, because they want to kill us because we speak the truth. By the power of Yahweh and through the spirit of Yahushai, we speak the truth and comfort our people, and the so-called white man and the other nations, including even our own people, hate us to the point that they want to destroy us. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So the wicked of our own nation, the Israelites that want to kill us and hate us and talk shit about us, the Lord's going to kill them in their unfaithfulness. All right? So they're going to die a heathen's death next to their heathen master. It says, but for now the heathen, though, they're going to catch even a worse judgment. Because after they're destroyed in the lake of fire, or burnt up by chariot fire, being drafted into the war, which they're going to be gathered into the valley of Jehoshaphat to be put to death by fire from heaven out of the so-called UFOs. All right. There's going to be many plagues upon this place to put the enemy of the Lord to death. All right. The enemy of the Lord is the friends of this world. The world is in a wicked state because the wicked, the so-called white man, which rules the world, and you got majority of the Israelites being friends with this world. So the Lord's going to destroy even his own people, majority of them, because they are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. 2 Ezra 15, verse 5, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, which he's going to unleash the so-called white men to do what he wants, pretty much to kill and to rape and murder and to do all kinds of things to the Israelites in punishment for their rebellion, which the so-called white man is going to bring famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So now they're at the end of their age. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Which it tells you that the Lord's going to let us rejoice at the destruction of Babylon. 18:20. It says, Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh hath avenged you on her. Remember what we just read. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 9. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Look, but let me go up just a little bit into the verse 8 at the bottom. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So that's what the apostles and prophets are doing. at current time. We are sighing and crying for the abominations that are committed in the midst of Jerusalem, but at the same time we're prophesying of the return of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, which Yahushai is going to establish by the power of Yahweh righteousness on this earth. And we're praying for it. That's why, we say the Our Father prayer, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it be in heaven. We're praying for Yahushai to come and take down the so-called white man and establish the kingdom of heaven, which the world will prosper, the people will rejoice, and the earth will be actually a place of paradise under Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Under the wicked, the so-called white men, the red devil, everything's in chaos. You got men dressing like women. It's a fucked up world that we live in now. Because you got the base man, the so-called white man, the scum of the earth ruling the world. And that's why the world is in a wicked state. And you got the righteous, the Israelites, in oppression. Soon, we're going to be freed from this oppression by Yahushai, fully, completely freed by giving us a new body, and he's going to destroy our oppressors, and them that survived that destruction because they had bunkers in other countries or whatever, they're going to be arrested and put in slavery according to biblical prophecy. All praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Ha B'Kah Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders, which rule Great Millstone Well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa ba ba ba.